Lesson 58 today is all about probability and chance. This is an important lesson to follow along with. Make sure your notes are very accurate as we go, because we see lots of probability outside of the classroom, like what is the chance you win the lottery? And today we're going to help ourselves get to the point where we can figure that out. So our first problem says, Mary spins the spinner below. So there's going to be a spinner here, and we'll start the spinner off pointing towards B. What is the chance the spinner will land in sector A? So if we spin the spinner and it comes to a stop, what is the chance that it lands in sector A? Well, sector A, we can see, is one part of our circle out of a grand total of 4 parts of our circle. So the chance that it's going to land in sector A is 1 out of 4. Now when we talk about probability and chance, you can always report your answer as a fraction. If you wanted to, you could say 1/4 is the same as 25%, and you could report your answer that way. Or you could say 25% is the same thing as 0.25, so there's a third way you could report your answer. All three of these answers get you full credit because all three of them are exactly the same thing. And it shows what is the chance that the spinner will land in sector A, right here. Let's look at our next problem. Let's say Mary spins the spinner below. What is the chance the spinner will land in sector A? Now, if we look at this spinner, we'll start the spinner off in sector A, and then we're going to spin it, and you can see sector A is still that one part, but this time we only have sectors A, B, and C. So if we spin that spinner, let's make the spinner a different color. Let's make it blue. We spin our blue spinner this time. We're going to spin it around and around and around and around and around. What is the chance that it stops in A? Well, A is still going to be 1 out of every, 1, 2. There's only 3 parts here, but we want to make these into equal parts again so that we can compare them. Remember, to compare fractions, they have to have the same amount of parts. So this would be, A would be 1, 2, 3, 4. A is 1 out of 4. So our chance that it lands in sector A is still 1 out of 4. Now, let's say this problem, we wanted to land in sector C. If we wanted to land in sector C, well, sector C, you can see, sector C contains everything on the bottom. Sector C is 1, 2 out of our 4. So sector C would have to be equal to 2 out of 4, which is the same thing, as we can see, as 1 out of 2 when we divide both of those numbers in half. So we've got our final answer. Sector C would be 1 out of 2. Let's look at a definition. Probability. Make sure you get this into your notes. You can pause now if you like. Probability's definition is equal to the number of outcomes in the event, or the things that you want to happen, divided by the total number of possible outcomes. So if you wanted to win the lottery, people say it's a 1 in a million chance. Number of outcomes in the event is what you want to happen. For the lottery, that might be 1. The total number of possible outcomes would be 1 million. So we can always write probability like a fraction. Again, pause this if you need to get the definition of probability in your notes. Alright, our next problem says, a bag contains 5 red marbles. We can see those 5 red marbles. I've already drawn them out for us in our bag. 4 yellow marbles, 2 green marbles, and 1 orange marble. Without looking, Brendan draws a marble from the bag. What is the probability the marble he drew was red? So, we want to figure out how many times we could have a red, and we can see that there's 5 reds. So, the probability of the event occurring is 5. And then the total number of things that we could have happen, well, you know we have 5 red, 4 yellow, 2 green, and 1 orange. If we look at how many total marbles we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We've got a total of 12 marbles. So the probability that he draws a red is going to be 5 out of 12. We could have also figured this out by saying, well, there's 5 red marbles, so that's the probability that that would happen. And if we add everything together, 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11, and 11 plus 1 is 12. So we get our answer of 5/12. We'll practice this some more with our lesson practice, page 311. Make sure you've got your notes completed, and I'll see you during our next class.